What's up, guys? So it's been a while dealing with this engine here. It's definitely, I believe, fuel related. The injectors are firing when they're supposed to. They are connected correctly, and it's acting like there's bad fuel delivery. So, and also the injector connectors, the wires are bare right there at the edge of the connector where the wires tend to flex a little bit. They're exposed, starting to break. I'm going to be replacing the wiring on those with new connectors as well, new bells. You can get those. They're standard Bosch injector connectors. So today I'm going to replace the throttle position sensor connector, because not only did I lose the bell for that one, but the wires are also starting to break on it. So with the wires potentially breaking off, let's just go ahead and replace it. So I'm hoping to have 4 more new lifters, tappets, buckets for number 4. Number 4, when it was running, sounded really loud. At this point, I've replaced 8. I've replaced all of them on number 1 and number 3. Number 2 isn't that loud right now. It seems like they're filling it with oil correctly, but number 4 is still loud. So should have those tomorrow, but for now, let's fix the throttle position sensor connector. This was originally flexible vinyl. It turns into a solid rock, and when that happens, it tends to put extra stress on any of the relief points because the wiring is just long enough to reach. So you can see, if I can zoom in here. This is what happens on these connectors and also on the injectors. Similar Bosch connector, but it only has 2 conductors. The throttle position sensor has 3. You can see where it's the insulation's broken there. The wire isn't broken through yet. That is going to be a problem, and I want to eliminate all of the potential issues with the computer. Terminals look okay. They're not corroded, but the bell's missing, and that one wire is eventually going to break through. So let's get rid of this hard stuff. And typically what you do, if you're working on your Saab that has any kind of terminals like this, do yourself a favor and buy one of those connector tool kits. It's a key ring. There's a whole bunch of little keys. Basically, you just take this one. There's an H-shaped one that you stick down on there, and it pushes the retaining tab down and lets you pull it out. If you don't have that, I'm not going to pull this one out since I'm going to have to cut the wires here anyway to get to good wire to reconnect. I'm just going to snip this one off. This is typically what most of you are going to end up doing anyway. If you have that tool, you could save the other 2, but you're not going to be able to use wiring in this condition at that length. You're going to have to cut them all off at the same length to prevent stress on the other wires that are twisted together in that bundle right there. So typically, if you want to replace the housing and you want to save the wiring in the terminals, then you would definitely be a lot easier trying to find a pick or a paper clip to fit on there. It's like they're less than $20. Buy yourself the removable key sets. So wire seals are in there. The new connector did not come with wire seals though. Let me show you that one. So here is the replacement one from Standard Motor Products. $7.45. And what you get is you get random color, 3 different color wires, pre-terminated, and with the end stripped. Well, that one got pulled off. Somebody's actually tried to use this one, it looks like, but just a little bit of a strip there to pull off for you to use a splice into your wiring. You get 3 of those. Where's the other one? So here's a black. You got black, blue, and orange in this kit, and then you get new housing with the new bell. If you look on the connector here, there's a locking tab on the right side. That needs to grab. Let's turn this way. It's on the bottom. If you look down in there, you can see that little edge in there on the bottom where that catches. So you want that ear to be down on the side where the blow comb is when you push it in from the back. If you put it in upside down and you push it in, it won't come out if you've got it right. There's only one way to go in there and lock. So first thing, we're going to snip that one off. And then I'm going to probably cut this wire and give maybe, I don't know, 3 inches. I don't need much more than that for extra loop. Give you some room down there to remove it. So we'll use some crimp and melt splices. It'll crimp the connection and it will also seal it. Then I might put probably put some heat shrink over it just to protect it a little better and from abrasions, and also make it look better. We don't want to cover up the color on the original harness since we don't have matching colors. Bearing, you know, the pinout on all of those throttle sensors are all the same. It's the same Bosch 3-pin, and this is numbered 1, 2, and 3. So, you know, they're all the same 3 wires going to the sensor. So if you do forget, you can always look at the pinout on it and it'll tell you which one's which. I think I do want to try and get those seals out of there, so I'm probably going to end up jamming something down in there. I lost my key set. I gotta find it and try and get these. I'm gonna leave these connected. So now I have a wire reference. I have a wire reference on this one now. Let's see. Let's just pull that off and see where the stuff broke off. We've got extra wire here to work with. Okay, so comparison here. Number 1 is green red. Number 2 is gray black, and number 3 is gray. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Green red, gray black, gray. So here are the connectors that came out of the old one. And what I'm going to do is right on the end here where this seal is, there's a crimp. I just want to grab one side of that, peel it over, and then you should better just pull that rubber seal out of there and off the wire like that. I'll do this one. Don't want to mess the rubber up. There we go. A little closer up here, so focus. Just want to kind of twist it and roll it on there. Once you get it on the other insulation, you can usually grab it and pull it down. May have to put a little silicone grease on there. Not gonna take much. It's gonna end up wiping most of it off. I think I'm gonna run it the other way. Main thing is that it's helps seal it up. There we go. let's put the orange in, what, number 1 maybe? Let's put it in number 1. Let's see, there's the blue comb, so looks like that's flat. Pull that ear up a little bit. Number 3. Click. Let's see if we can't push that wire seal down in there. Something a little bit smaller than that. There we go. Nice and sealed up. I'll do the other 3, and then next we'll prep those wires, and I'll go grab the this looks like 16 gauge, that's like 18 or 20, so I'm gonna have to find a splice connector that will fit both well. We're gonna have to double up on wire because I'm gonna have to go up a size and use the blue splices. Don't want to use too small one because it will actually cut the wire in half. Where are you stuck on there? What in the world? Twist it up, fold it over. Twist it up. Actually, we need a little more on that one. We're going to use the round anvil. Drop that one on the ground. Green, red. And then we had the striped one, which is actually not gray and white, it is black and white, and that is the middle. And then last is a solid gray one. twist here. Now, probably what I'll do is take some automotive wrap tape, the fabric stuff, and I'll wrap that down to the shrink wrap there, the heat. Tape it from here all the way down to the heat shrink right here. Eventually, for heat from the engine will make that close up, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. Just don't want those individual conductors exposed. No, that won't come off anymore.